Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jackie, also known as Junk Gal, and today I am in the craft room, but we're not going to be crafting. Our annual village-wide garage sale is coming up, so I thought I would come on here and share some of my garage sale tips and tricks. This is the perfect way to get rid of some of that junk and turn it into cash. And I know every year I go through and I say, I really don't need this. And usually a tip that I offer is if you pick it up and you haven't seen it or used it in 5 years, it's time for it to go, right? Because some of us, and I'm guilty of this, I have the mindset of, I'll use it someday, right? And so that is a great tip. Just let it go. I will be having my notes in front of me, so if I look away from the camera, I just want to make sure I cover everything for you guys. And be sure to stay till the end. I have some special tips for crafters and makers out there. You can incorporate those items as well into your garage sale. I call mine a junk sale, and I'll insert a little sign here that I use to attract customers. With participating in a village-wide garage sale, our village puts out a list so people can just drive, put it in and drive around. So that's really nice, and you will get a lot of customers that way. On Friday morning, our village-wide garage sale is Friday and Saturday. What I will do is add a reminder on Facebook Marketplace, and that's it. That's all the advertising that I do. But let's get to some of the tips and tricks I want to share with you. These come from years of selling, and my husband and I used to do estate sales, but I also offered a consultation service where I helped people set up for garage sales as well. The opinions expressed in this video are my own. Feel free to disagree and let me know in the comments what you would like to offer as a tip or trick to help others. And if you disagree with something, put that in the comments as well. The first thing is to gather your supplies. You're going to want calculators, you're going to want tags. How about music? A way to have music, safety pins, pens, maybe a notebook so that you can keep track of what's selling. That does slow down things. I don't bother with that unless I am selling for someone else. They ask me to put a few things in my garage sale. Then yes, I would definitely keep a notebook for that. You're going to want a nail bag, because you want to keep that cash on your person. And also you can keep your smartphone in here and other things. You could put pins in there. You're going to want some sold tags and I live here tags. I live here tags are items that belong in your garage. You're not selling them, like my husband's boat. So you'll want to put a tag on those things. Tape measure, because some people are out looking for maybe furniture pieces, or you may have some curtains that you're selling and they need to measure to see if it's going to work. Be sure to have a tape measure. Tarps and umbrellas, that's a great idea just in case the weather doesn't always cooperate. And treats and drinks. My grandchildren come over for our annual garage sale and they set up a lemonade stand. That is always fun, so that would be an added bonus, and then they can earn a little extra cash as well. And then I want to talk about setting up for money. You're going to want to make sure you have enough cash, and again, you're going to keep your cash in your nail bag. I always recommend like 120. I think I did 3 10s, 5 5s, and 50 1s. And depending if you're going to have quarter items, then you want a $10 roll of quarters. Another option to add on to the cash is you could have your smartphone and set up Venmo or PayPal on there, and people could send you the money digitally that way. And before they leave, just make sure that that Venmo or PayPal went through. I do have a card reader, but I don't use it. It's just easier if I can do it that way. Pricing, this is always a big thing. You could go through eBay and check all the prices of all the things that you want to sell, but in your heart, you know what is valuable. I believe that the value of something is what someone will pay for it. And in today's economy, you want that stuff gone. So price it so that it will be gone from your life and you'll have less clutter. Okay? And then along with pricing, as far as pricing and clothing, you want to make sure that clothing is in good repair. I always recommend, as far as pricing goes, that for clothing that you make a sign. All the shirts are $1. All the pants are $2. That way you are not spending 2 hours pricing each piece of clothing. Now, there are exceptions. There's vintage clothing you may want to price out differently. Those vintage aprons, the vintage jackets, any vintage clothing, yeah, go ahead and throw a tag on that. That is a great idea. And then keep those items separate from the clothing piles. Another thing that you could do with the clothing is fill a bag. Get yourself some paper bags, and it's $5 for one bag. I mean, that's a lot of fun. You want to create an atmosphere of fun, right? When they come, it's inviting. And start with, and just make sure that your pricing is fair. I know that some people do, their pricing is firm on the first day and then the second day half off. I don't even mess with that because I want things to be simple. I have a sign that I always used for my estate sales, for my junk sales, and it says, love the item but not the price, make an offer, because I need for the item to be gone. I don't want to box it up the next day, right? So that's just a tip, and people appreciate that. They know that here they can haggle. I think the thing is, work with people. That's it. So anyway, the sign I have on here, transform your driveway into an inviting boutique. When people come up, make sure that the center, there's a place for people to walk, and then they can walk around, kind of like a store. There's rows, and there's enough for 2 people to get through those rows. Make sure everything is in good condition. If you're selling something that plugs in, plug it in and make sure it works. If it doesn't, recycle it. People don't want to get something home and then it doesn't work. And if you have something that's battery operated, make sure you have a couple D's, a couple C's, some double A's and triple A's so that people can test those items out. There's nothing like getting something home and it doesn't work. Jewelry and small pieces. Those items should go on your personal table, and you want to keep it close to you at all times and make sure someone's looking at it. It could be the jewelry, the watches, any small items. As far as vintage jewelry, I used to, if it's costume jewelry, I would just do like $3 each and make a little sign. Anything that you can make a sign for to make your life easier, just make sure it's visible and they know that anything here goes for that. And then you want to make sure that, as we're talking about tags, make sure those tags are secure. Tags, they may fall off and someone will put it back on something else. Just make sure for those items that you want a certain price for, that you just write down on that tag what it is, so that when the tag comes up to you and it doesn't match the item, then you can say this tag doesn't belong to this item. That's a great tip that I always share. If you don't care, then don't put the name of the item on the tag, because that does take time. It's when you're preparing, it's all about time. You want to get things done as fast as possible, right? Signage, like I said, I have 2 signs, and I'll put it up here again, that I use. I did have 3, but someone took one of them because maybe they really liked it. But so if you see someone else in my area that has a junk sale sign, yeah, I made that. But signage is very important so that people know how to find you, right? Add some melody. If you have a Bluetooth speaker that you can attach to your smartphone, or another, like a tablet or something like that, turn on some tunes so that it's not so quiet in there during your sale. Whatever your vibe is, turn on some music. I think whenever I walk up to a garage sale and I hear music, I'm like, yes. Channel your inner salesperson. Don't be shy. Greet customers when they come up, make eye contact. Let them know that you're glad that they stopped at your junk sale. I would recommend that you not do holds. Now, if someone pays for something and then they have to go get a truck to haul it, that's different. Just be sure that you have their name, phone number, and email in case they forget. Because at a village-wide garage sale, on our list, we usually have 20 to 30 garage sales. So they may get busy and not come back, but if you have that information, the holds I'm talking about are when someone's like, can you hold this for me? I'll come back tomorrow. Just say no that you cannot. Don't say you're sorry. It's just one of your rules. No, I cannot do that. All right, dealing with leftovers. You're going to have leftovers. Don't take them back into the house. Decide what you're going to do with it. You could put it in a pile and then put something on Facebook, curbside alert, all free, let it go. I say that a lot. Let it go. These are just things, just let it go. And then anything left over from that, it's off to a charity shop. I actually have a drawer that I made, and if you turn the drawer upright, it has the word free on it, and then I put a brick in there. So that when there are some things throughout the year that I want to get rid of, I don't feel like putting it on Facebook Marketplace, I just put it out on the curb. We live on a busy street, so we have no worries. Sometimes my husband and I bet how long it will take for someone to take something. And even people have asked us, can we put something on your curb? Because I have the sign and it will go fast. So that's an idea too. And then count your cash, treat yourself, put it in the savings. You'll feel good after you have let those items go. And then you have room for new items, right? All right, I promised you some bonus tips. These tips were inspired by my friend Becky. And It is to set up a craft table of items that you handcrafted personally. And keep in mind, you want to decorate it with your style. It's your own personal table. You're sharing your creative soul, right? And when someone is looking at them, feel free to share the stories behind your creations with enthusiasm. Let shoppers know the inspiration behind the pieces. I normally create based on inspiration and my past experiences from growing up in the country. Here's an example. This is a berry basket that I made. I was inspired to make this because when I was little, my mom would give us these 5-gallon pails of 5-gallon ice cream pails to go into the woods and pick blackberries, and then she would make cobbler. So many of my creations are based on my personal experiences, how I feel, and someone else will appreciate that. So give that a try. If you have time, if it's not real busy, you could have something that you're creating and do a live demo. That's an idea. And then it's a chance to connect with customers. With handcrafted items, someone may come back to you at a later time and order something from you that they remembered that you made. You could make sure that you include your business cards out there. Anywhere I go, if I'm selling crafty items, repurposed items, I always make sure that my business cards are there. And this is key. Determining the pricing of your handmade items. Your time and talent are priceless. Always remember that. I never feel guilty charging the extra if I need to. If something took me longer, there are some projects that take a long time to make. I do want them in a new home, but I have to remember the time it took to do that and the skill that it took to do that. So always remember that. And I wrote on here, price your creations fairly, considering the effort and love poured into each piece. Make sure everything is packaged darling. My friend Becky does a great job of this. I do like cello bags if there are tiny pieces that might fall out or something, and then just some simple jute twine tied at the top, and then just make a lovely tag. You could take the brown paper bags and snip them, and that would be so cute. Keep it simple, but keep it your style. And if there's anyone who's willing who bought one of your creations, ask if you can take their picture and post it to social media. That will create buzz, only if you have their permission. But that is another way to get the word out on your craftiness. And I wrote on here, above all, cherish the crafty adventure. Enjoy interactions with the customers that appreciate your crafts, and enjoy all the smiles that you've brought. Your passion will shine through, and that's what makes your craft table special. So those are my tips for the garage sale. Add your touch, have your own little table with your craftiness, have the lemonade stand if you want to sell those, have music going, make it inviting, be kind. You are going to have, like resellers come and they may be filming. it's all good. Try to send some stuff home with them. They're making a living too, right? I look forward to your comments. And if I left something out, I'm so sorry. If I did, I'll try to add it at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, God bless. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you never miss a video. And if you're returning, thank you so much. And if you have found value in this video, please like and comment.